There's been a lot of talk about the conversation around elephants. It's making a lot of noise. What's your take as Zimbabwe as far as elephant trading is concerned? And there's talk about very young elephants being exported.
Thank you so much for raising that point. I think we need to put this whole discussion in context. One, Zimbabwe is a wildlife, is largely, our tourism is largely wildlife based. So whatever happens to our wildlife affects our tourism. Number two, the nation has acknowledged tourism as one of the 4 pillars of the TSP. So we need to be able to manage it in a manner that acknowledges that we need for it to contribute towards the national transformation. Now, this takes us to the discussion specifically about elephants. And I think there are a few things that we need to acknowledge so that it's clear to everybody. The first thing is, as you mentioned, there is concern that there could be illegal trade of baby elephants. Let's deal with the illegality of it. Under CITES, which governs the trade in endangered species, Zimbabwe is one of the 4 countries in the world that are allowed to trade in live elephants. The countries being Zimbabwe, South Africa, Namibia, and Botswana. Those 4 countries have hitherto been allowed under CITES to trade in live elephants. So that is, the issue of illegality does not arise. Now, and I'm talking of the period prior to CITES 2019. Post-2019, there was a decision taken to the effect that trade in live elephants may still continue, but in situ. In other words, this is an African elephant and it can be exported to another African range state because you are not taking it out of its natural habitat. So the truth is, even post-2019, Zimbabwe and the 3 other countries may still, I'm not saying they should, but I'm saying may still export live elephants. Mm-hmm. So the issue of illegality does not arise. Now, there's the issue specific of whether there was movement of the 32 elephants from Zimbabwe. Again, even if CITES had banned the trade in live elephants, which it did not, countries are given 90 days within which either to comply or to put a reservation. And the 90 days expire on the 25th of November 2019. So we are not there. Okay. So the issue of illegal, I think let's put it in context, it does not arise. It has happened because I think perhaps we have not communicated, or people who have communicated have not come out as openly. Now, there's the issue of trade in baby elephants.
It's a very big issue.
It is a big issue and naturally disturbing because of the nature of elephants. They live as family, and if you separate them, obviously there are problems. But let's just look at the logic of it, around it. Zimbabwe has a carrying capacity of 54,000 elephants. Currently, we have 84,000 elephants. If we had to trade, overpopulation, and if we had to trade, why would anybody think of taking a baby elephant as if there's no other alternative? So that issue, you have over 30,000 in terms of overpopulation. And you're talking of the best conservationists when it comes to elephants in the world. The world population of elephants is going down, except in Southern Africa, except the Kaza region, of which Zimbabwe is a member. We are the only ones who have mastered the art of conservation of elephants, of buffalo, and a few others, including giraffe, to the extent that the numbers are going up. So why would we do something that is not so logical? It's not happening. We suspect it could very well be some animal rights movements wanting to whip up emotions by using certain words like illegal, like baby. But that is not the case.
He says it's not the case, but do we know for a fact? We have to come to Zimbabwe to find out. Talking about coming to Zimbabwe,
yes.
this has I know for a fact affected tourism in a big way. What's your take on this issue, and what would you do to demystify this?
We are willing to welcome, and in fact I invite anybody who wants to come on the ground and look at the situation on the ground. We are willing to share this information. It's public information. An elephant is so big you can't hide it. You can't. And I'm also willing to demystify the issue of a video doing rounds where some so-called Zimbabwean rangers are seen kicking, treating elephants inhumanly by kicking them. Firstly, if anybody who has seen an elephant will know what an elephant would do if you try to kick it beyond a certain level. Secondly, the track that is being used is not we don't have tracks like that in Zimbabwe. So that's not a Zimbabwean video. It happened and it was thrown there. But importantly, I invite anybody who has issues to please engage us at an official level. We are willing to work with you. But more importantly, I'm also inviting those who love animals to come through and assist us. Now we have a drought. Now we have animals struggling to get water. We are doing boreholes. We are having to import, to get hay, to bale hay from other regions of the country just to feed and sustain these animals. And I'm saying if we love the animals so much, which as they do, and I'm grateful they do, please may they come forward beyond just doing stories that may be unfounded. Come through, let's work together. As you are working together, you'll be seeing the natural habitat, you'll be experiencing it, and then we'll be able to have meaningful engagements going forward.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pemsek, for your time. We appreciate you coming to demystify and clarify a few issues. And of course, he did say that you are actually welcome to Zimbabwe to come and see for yourself the issue of elephants. If you are a journalist, this is the time to come and cover the story and hear from the people on the ground.
We are willing to go around. Yeah, we'll go around with them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, cheers.